Hey, I heard you went to a fancy French restaurant the other day. Did you win the lottery or something? No, I didn't. Actually, my husband bought a lot of stock for a company related to his work, and we received dividends and complimentary gift coupons. And the coupons are for meals at restaurants. So, you have a lot of coupons to use at expensive restaurants? I don't have a ton, but I get them regularly. I'm so jealous. Do you still have any of those left? I used them all the other day. Save some for me too. I can't give them away for free. You're such a cheapskate. You're eating all kinds of delicious food? Then why don't you ask your husband to take you? It's boring to go to a fancy restaurant with my husband anyways. Well, I don't know about that. I think it's fun to have dinner as a family. Well, if you don't have a coupon, I guess I'll just have to give up. Even if there were, but at least give me one. What's impossible is impossible. If you say too much, I'll stop being your friend. I won't say it again. Don't say such sad things. Well, I'm glad to hear that. See you at lunch the day after tomorrow. Okay, bye. Oh my god, Stella, you lied to me. Lied? I didn't lie about anything. You still haven't noticed? What are you talking about? I wouldn't dare say it now. I see. Well, you know the fancy French place you were at the other day? What's some good food at that place? Personally, I thought the terrine and beef stew were delicious. Of course, all the food was superb, though. Terrines? I'm not sure what they are, but you can't go wrong with beef stew. I'll have to try it. Audrey, are you going to that restaurant too? Yes, I am. I got some extra income, so I could go on short notice. Thanks to you. I didn't do anything, but I've been wondering. Audrey, are you hiding something from me? No, not a thing. I just feel like you're so hyper, and you're acting weird. You were grinning at me at lunch earlier. I'm just having a good day. I'm the type of person that when something happens to me, it immediately shows on my face. What's so good? I won't tell you that. But I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually. I'll give you a hint. Stella's belongings. What? What's the connection between my stuff and you having a good day? You have to find out for yourself. That's all from me. I'll call you later. Stella, hey there! I'm at the fancy French restaurant. I've never seen this kind of food before, and the taste is not very good, but I'm lucky I can eat it for free. Fancy French restaurant? Is it the one I have coupons for? That's right! You really went there. How could I not go? So you're eating now? That's right! If you're eating, you probably shouldn't be contacting me, right? I don't think it's good manners. I thought I should thank you as soon as possible. Thank me? It doesn't taste very good, but thank you for giving me something expensive for free. What? I tried the terrine that you recommended. I couldn't see what's so good about it at all. Well, I guess it depends on your taste. But the beef stew was so good. It was so good that I had another helping. I'm glad you liked it. Are you there with your family? Not family. More like friends. Oh, cool. The food's not that great, but the wine is insanely good. I don't need to worry about the price, so we opened 3 bottles of the most expensive wine. 3 bottles? Can you afford it? I'm good. I have coupons. You don't mean the coupons for stockholders. Yes, those ones. Of course it's your coupons. Did you notice your coupons went missing? I stole them from your wallet. I ate a lot here, so I'll pay with the coupons. It's already used, so it's basically trash. What? Trash? It's useless, so it's trash. But more importantly, It was really you who stole the coupons. Stealing from someone is robbery. Wait a minute. What do you mean, used? You see the date on the back of the coupon? I think it says the date that it was used. Oh, yeah. It's dated more than 2 weeks ago. I thought it was still valid. I'm sorry, but you can't use that coupon. No way! Then how am I going to pay for this place? You'll have to pay for yourselves. You don't have to ask me such an obvious question. I can't! I can't! It's going to be over $1,000. We don't have that kind of money. I don't think the coupons were over $1,000 to begin with. I thought it'd be okay if I went a little over. It's not every day I get to go to such an expensive restaurant. I wanted to enjoy it as much as I could. So you're spending so much thinking you could pay with someone else's coupons? It's just so appalling. Did you notice that the coupons went missing? You were saying earlier that it was really you. Of course. After that lunch meeting, you sent me a suspicious WhatsApp message, right? Afterwards, I went through my belongings and noticed the coupons were missing from my purse. But it had been used. So I didn't think it was worth mentioning. You should have told me! I mean, if you noticed it, tell me! Why should I be blamed? It was your fault for stealing, wasn't it? Even so, if you noticed my misunderstanding, you should have told me if you're my friend. I don't get it. I don't want to be from me. I don't care about that right now. I came here to eat because I thought I had the discount coupons. I've already eaten most of the food. I can't say I can't pay now. I don't care. That's what happens when you try and steal from others. I guess you're being punished for that. Please! I apologize for stealing your coupons. So, can I borrow some money? I don't have more than $1,000 in cash on me. What about your credit card? I'm pretty sure you can pay by credit card. I have it, but it's my husband's credit card. Then why don't you just ask for your husband's permission? If I do that, he'll know that I spent all that money. I didn't tell him I was going to a fancy French restaurant in the first place. What can I do about it now, though? What have you told your friends? I told them that it's my treat. I can't ask him to pay for it. Him? I thought the friend you're with is a woman. It's a he. But it's not like we're having an affair or anything. Dining alone with a man at a free restaurant, that's so suspicious. Don't ask me any unnecessary questions. Okay. Then I won't ask or say anything else. That's not what I mean. I want your help. Why would I help you? Please, don't drag me into this. Bye. Wait a minute! Oh, this sucks. Because of the restaurant incident, my husband left me. That's a very sudden turn of events. How did you pay the bill in the first place? You said at the time you only had a credit card. I had no choice but to use my husband's credit card. But the amount was too much. So the credit card company contacted my husband. That's why he found out that we had eaten at the restaurant. Even if the credit card company didn't contact him, I'm sure he would have eventually found out. That's not the point. What do you mean? I told you I was having dinner with a guy. Yes, guy. Yes, you did. My husband found out about it. And then he started an investigation. And found out that I was seeing him regularly. So, you're saying you were having an affair? It wasn't an affair. He was just a rental boyfriend. I see. That's why you couldn't get him to pay for the meal. Yeah. And my husband also found out that I used the living expenses and the money saved up for my son for him. So, I'm in the middle of a huge fight with my husband. I might end up divorcing him. You've been spending living expenses and your son's money on a rental boyfriend? No wonder he's so fed up with you. I wanted a young boy to heal me. I don't enjoy looking at my balding husband's face. and raising kids is hard work. Rental boyfriends were a necessity for me. Then why didn't you just go out with your own money? You should be using your living expenses to provide for your family. And using your son's money on a rental boyfriend is just a bad idea. Don't give me lessons! This is all your fault! What? Don't shift the blame. You brought this on yourself, didn't you? Why did you have a used coupon in your wallet in the first place? You were trying to set me up, weren't you? On the contrary, I'd like to ask you, have you ever stolen from other moms in the past? Huh? What is it suddenly? Recently, I've noticed that some moms' friends' money, accessories, and other small things have gone missing. What? You're blaming me because I took your coupons? But the days that you're there, someone's valuables have gone missing. That doesn't mean I'm the culprit. If you're going to accuse me of something, you better have some evidence. Evidence. You don't have any, do you? No, I don't. Not now. Then you can't do anything. You need $10,000 for treating me like a thief. Huh? I was wondering what you were going to say next. You stole my coupons. And now you want to charge me a fee? You set me up, right? I'm about to have my life ruined because of you. This is a small price, isn't it? If you find proof, I'll let you off the hook for the fee. So, if I find proof, I'd like to see you arrested by the police. Whatever. I don't think you'll find any evidence anyways. I'll look into it. Well, good luck with that. I'll give you 1 week to get it done. Looks like you were the culprit after all. What? Culprit? Your husband didn't tell you? About what? The other day, we talked about this thief that's been going on among the moms, right? It was all you, wasn't it? No? Why me? If you think it's me, does that mean you found evidence? Does that mean you found evidence? Of course. What? How did you find it? I got your husband to help me. What? I don't understand what you're saying. I reported to your husband that you stole my coupons. Then I told him that I've got a couple of mom friends who are missing things around them, and asked him to check inside your house. And he found some of their belongings in the house. What? My husband came home? It looks like he looked for them while you weren't home. Does that mean it was at night? Hey, Audrey? Were you seeing your rental boyfriend when you were away from your husband? What I do is my business. None of yours. You're on the verge of divorcing your husband. How can you be so carefree and go out with a rental boyfriend? Well, if we get divorced, I won't be able to have fun anymore, right? That's why I decided to have a free life while I still can. I can't believe it. Are you crazy? Huh? To a friend. Friend? I'm sorry, but we don't consider you a friend anymore. Huh? I don't want to consider a criminal my friend. Criminal is a bit of an exaggeration, but isn't what you did a crime? I'm not saying anything wrong, am I? We're mom friends! It's normal to borrow money in little things, isn't it? If you borrow something with permission, it's one thing. But in your case, you had no permission. And you never returned it either. I was going to return it eventually. Really? Really? If you were planning to return it, I think you would have asked for permission before borrowing it. I just couldn't be bothered to ask. I wasn't trying to steal anything. I'm tired of hearing your excuses. I've decided to turn you into the police. What? You promised, didn't you? That if I find any evidence, you'll be arrested by the police. Wait a minute! We can't have the police! I'm sure my husband wouldn't want me to go to the police. Don't worry. I have your husband's permission. What are you talking about? It's your fault. So I'm free to turn you in or whatever. You're lying. Maybe you haven't heard, but he even said he's planning to get a divorce. That mustn't be true. Please, tell me it's not true. I'm afraid it is. You can get the details from your husband after you've been arrested by the police. I don't want to be arrested or get a divorce. I'll pay you back for everything I've stolen. That's no use. You'll have to take full responsibility. Please. I really don't want to go to the police. If I get arrested, my parents will give up on me. And I won't be able to see my rental boyfriend. I can't believe you're still talking about rental boyfriends. Well, my rental boyfriend is my greatest source of comfort. I can't live without him. You're really into this, aren't you? For the sake of your husband and son, put distance from them both. And I absolutely hate the idea of divorce. But your rental boyfriend is more important than your family, right? No, of course not. Of course my family is just as important. Just as important. I think people usually say that family is the most important thing. Everyone has different values. It can't be helped. This conversation is no use. Your husband was thinking of not getting a divorce for the sake of your son, but he's decided to divorce you right away. What? Have you been in touch with him? Actually, he's at my house right now. Huh? I told him about you, and he said he wanted to apologize in person. He came all the way to my house with some sweets. I didn't know that. So you're saying that he's been reading my messages with you? That's right. That's why you knew so much about him. Please, what I said before was a mistake. The most important thing is my family. Please, don't divorce me. It's too late to say anything now. I need you to convince him, Stella. Convince him to do what? I want you to tell him to not get a divorce. I'll thank you later. I don't want that. I want you to pay for your sins. That's all I need. Wait! Are you still planning to turn me in? Of course I am. I think one of the moms just filed a police report. What? I'm sure the police will be coming to your place soon. So please take care of it. No! Withdraw the report! Please, take it down! The damage report was filed by the actual victim, so I have no right to tell her what to do. And you saying things to me won't make a difference. Then I want you to convince her! I've been trying to reach her, but the messages are all in red. Well, of course. They've blocked you on WhatsApp. Oh, really? They're furious. You should be arrested by the police and reflect on your sins for yourself. Oh, no! Good luck at the police. Goodbye. A short time after that, the police arrived at Audrey's place, and she was arrested for theft. Although she did not go to jail, she was fined. Of course, she had to pay back the money and other items she had stolen from the moms. However, some of the items had already been sold, so she also had to pay for the damages on top of the alimony. In the end, Audrey and her husband got a divorce. After the divorce, she couldn't go back to her parents' house because they disowned her. She started her life alone in a dirty apartment. Abandoned by both family and friends, I'm sure she will spend her days in solitude.
Hey Ellen, are you really not coming to the hospital again? You haven't come to the hospital even once since our father felt ill.
Yeah, not sure I can make it today. Sorry. I have plans and won't be back until evening.
When are you going to have time, for God's sake? You married Dad and he soon became ill. You're his wife. Don't you even care?
His other kids are there, right? What's the problem? I really don't see a problem here. He's way happier having his kids than little me.
But that doesn't mean you can just ignore this and stay away. At least visit once. Seems the respectful thing to do. My younger brother are saying the same things. Have a little sympathy for Pete's sake.
Yeah, well, I may not have time, but let me think about it. I'll pop in if I can spare the time. Until then, take care of things over there, would you? I'd appreciate it.
Are you kidding me? Spare time? All you're doing is going out drinking with your friends. You have all the time in the world, in my opinion.
Huh? Why do you know that? Oh, I get it. You saw me somewhere, right?
I saw you on social media. Looks like you're having one hell of a good time. Just the other night, you went to some expensive club downtown with those male hookers. You spent thousands of dollars. You even held an extravagant party at your place.
Oh, please, stop it. Are you checking on me because you suddenly fell in love with me? How embarrassing. Actually, it's kind of creepy to tell you the truth.
I wasn't checking. It just happened to be in my usual feed. After all, you married my dad. Forget about that. That's nothing. I want you to stop using all of my father's money for your own enjoyment. Can you understand the dire situation that my father is in? If my father hears what you've been doing, it'll break his heart.
What is to you, anyways? He's my husband, not yours. I'll do as I like. What's so wrong about a wife using her husband's money?
All I'm saying is for you to think of the circumstances. Your husband is in the hospital. That alone should alarm you. What's more, my father didn't give you permission to use his money. Even if you're married, you spend way over what's normal.
What the hell are you talking about? Don't you even know what your father's total assets are? A few $1,000 is just a drop in the bucket.
At any rate, there is a limit to how much you can spend. Money doesn't grow on trees. You do know that my father's money isn't yours. You didn't earn it.
I think if we're legally married, the money belongs to us both. So I really don't see a problem here. As a matter of fact, Irene, who gives you the right to act as your father's abbreviator anyways?
What are you trying to say? That it doesn't concern me?
Yeah, I guess. You're a grown woman. You have your own family. To me, you just come off as a busybody, always nosing around where you have no business nosing around.
He's my father. I have the right to be a little inquisitive of my father's well-being.
Yeah, well, whatever. Sorry to hurt your feelings. So that's settled. Can I go now? I got a friend waiting on me.
Who's more important to you, this so-called friend or my father?
You're starting to sound like some character in a daytime soap opera.
I'm serious. I'm not joking around.
Yeah, but you do make me laugh sometimes. I gotta go. Look after my hubby for me, would ya? Please, Irene, would you stop calling me? The buzzing is driving me nuts. What is it? Is there something you want?
What do you think I want, Ellen? I wish you would just answer your phone. We need to talk.
I said I'm busy. I don't have time to answer the phone. You're always pestering me. What's with the non-stop phone calls? Want to hear my sweet and soothing voice? So, what is it? What do you want?
My father's condition has suddenly worsened. You have to get to the hospital right this moment before it's too late.
His condition has gotten worse? Seriously? Does that mean he doesn't have long? You think maybe he'll never wake up?
You make it sound like he's already passed away. His condition has worsened, but he's alive.
Sorry about that. It's just that you phoned me, so I imagined the worst. Just a natural reaction, that's all. Don't get all high-strung.
I don't care if it's just a natural reaction. How could you say something like that, for crying out loud?
Alright already, I'm sorry. So what? He's gonna be okay, is that what you're saying?
I just talked to the doctor, and he said some grime diagnosis, but if he can just get through this right now, and his fever goes down, then maybe, just maybe.
Oh, right. I figured as much. Finally, huh? It was way longer than I expected.
Longer than? What are you talking about?
Your dad was already physically pretty weak when we married, right? So, I figured I would get his inheritance right away without having it all dragged out. But he seems to be hanging on even now. But maybe the long wait is over, huh? I was getting worried that his word would go on for months or maybe years. That would have been hell.
Hang on a second, Ellen. Are you seriously saying that? Although you haven't been married for long, the fact does not change that he's your husband.
Right back at you, Irene. Do you really believe what you just said? Do you realize how old your father is, for goodness sake? He's like the same age as my folks. Did you really think I loved him? You're way dumber than I thought if you believed that. Now you're the one making jokes, Irene.
Are you telling me that you married my father just for his money?
You really think I would marry an old sick cheeser like your father? Out of love?
For the love of God, you're delusional.
But I did fulfill my spousal obligations. You have no right to accuse me of anything, my dear.
What spousal obligation? All you did was use my father's money to enjoy yourself. Not once did you visit my father in the hospital. How could you even say that?
After his previous wife passed away, I was the one who cheered him up. He was crying out of companionship. He said he was lonely, and I satisfied his needs. That's all he wanted. I paid my dues to him. No one can fault me for that, much less you.
Your attitude is despicable. Don't you have a modicum of sympathy for my father?
Please, don't start with the melodrama again. I'm really not in the mood. Just text me when he's gone, okay? I'll make sure I attend his funeral. I can do that much. But all the preparations are too much for me, so you guys handle that part, okay?
I can't believe the lack of respect you have towards my father. I can never forgive you for this. Just remember that. Do you really think everybody who attend the funeral will even talk to you?
The only people who'll be coming to the funeral will be relatives and from the people of work. Right? After the funeral, they'll just end up as total strangers to me. I don't really give a damn what they think of me, to be honest. Okay, so don't forget to call me. See ya.
Hey, Irene. Must have been pretty hectic with the funeral and all.
You're the eldest, so it must have been hard on you.
My brothers were here with me. They helped me out, so it's fine. Unlike someone I know.
You sound kinda upset. You are, aren't you? You're mad at me.
I can't understand why you would think otherwise. Actually, I'm furious. You didn't even show up after my father died. You really had the nerve show up at the funeral? If you weren't my father's wife, I would have taken their broom and kicked you out of there.
Goodness me. No need to get so angry, Irene. You continue to be angry like that, you'll never know happiness. Light up.
Sorry, but I really can't stoop to your level. And why the hell are you texting me? I have nothing more to do with you. I'm pretty busy right now, so I wish you would just make it quick.
You don't have to be so rude. Oh well, whatever. I just wanted to verify something with you. That family meeting to discuss what's going to happen going forward, that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow at noon. What do you care?
Care? Of course I care. What are you, nuts? The most important issue has to be discussed. I also wanted to convey something to you to make sure there's no misunderstanding.
Please stop beating around the bush, would you? Just give it to me straight. Like I said, I'm busy.
Yeah, right. Then I better get on with it, huh? About that inheritance, it all belongs to me. Just so you guys are aware of that. All you kids must nullify all rights to my inheritance. You get that?
Boy, you don't give up, do you? I was wondering what you were going to say. Is your brain made out of money? That's all you think about. I bet you see dollar signs everywhere. In addition to that, you don't seem to know anything about anything. I'm amazed by your total stupidity.
What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean I know anything? Come on, explain yourself.
Actually, we all only learned about this the other day in the hospital. We learned that you and my dad were never really married. So, about that inheritance that you were counting on, you get nothing, I'm afraid.
Pardon me? Are you out of your mind? You've totally lost it, Irene. I'm not laughing for information, not funny. Anyways, a butt-faced lie won't pass muster with me.
It's not a lie. I checked all of Dad's documents after he passed. There's no evidence whatsoever that he even married you. No marriage certificate, no application to City Hall, nothing.
That can't be right. Did you even check the proper papers? I distinctly remember signing the marriage application. He even gave me a wedding ring.
I have it right here. Yeah, you signed it all right, but Dad never submitted. Meaning, it's just a useless piece of paper. I found the application with your name on it in Dad's desk drawer. I had no idea about the ring. So, legally speaking, you and my dad aren't married. Just total strangers. You have zero right to inherit even 1 penny.
Don't give me that crap. This is not possible. We're legally married. Check the other papers. Oh, I get it. You're making this all up so you guys can hoard the whole thing. That's what this is about, isn't it?
Why would I go through all this trouble to contact someone elaborate lie? A little checking and the whole lie would be proven false.
I don't know about that. You could falsely something. You could falsify something. Show me the proof then. I want to see the proof.
You really don't believe me, do you? You want to see his personal legal files? Okay. It's an official notarized document. I think it'll be proof enough. Nothing in here about you. Here's a photo of it.
What the hell is this? My name? Where's my name? He never legally registered me as his wife? How can that be?
Here's your proof. Straight from Dad's files. None of us knew anything about this. We all thought you guys were legally married. That's why we treated you with respect. We figured you were our legal stepmom, but you failed to return that respect.
This is not happening. How could this be? Why didn't that idiot submit the marriage application?
Did you just forget or what? Actually, we just read his will. It said he was well aware that you did not love him.
Pardon me? He knew? He knew I didn't love him? All this time? He was only pretending?
Yeah, looks that way. That's why he wasn't very concerned that you did not visit him in the hospital.
Is that why he didn't submit the application? He knew I didn't love him, and to go back at me? Didn't legally make me his wife? Was this some kind of sick revenge? Is this his idea of payback?
No, I don't think it was out of vengeance. Dad was grateful for your companionship. Like you said, he was lonely after Mom died. He was thankful for the times he spent with you.
Then why did he leave me high and dry?
He could have at least left me something. If he was so grateful, this is what I get in return? I feel like I've been defrauded. Actually, Dad did it because he cared for you. For your future.
I'm supposed to be grateful for this? This is more like a mean-spirited joke.
Dad knew he didn't have long to live. That's why he didn't submit the application. He didn't want you to be a lonely widow. He probably believed you wouldn't be able to live alone without him. He did you a favor even after death.
Don't start on another sob fest. If you feel so sorry for me, give me half of the inheritance. At least do that, and then I'll be out of your hair.
My father gave you his credit card when he got married. Isn't that right? You made considerable use of that card. Considering how much you spent, I think it's more than enough compensation.
But that was a pittance. I was supposed to get the whole inheritance. This is not right.
That spending spree with his card and the inheritance? These are two completely different issues. But I'm sure if we check the card statements, it'll be obvious that you spent quite a bit. I don't see why you would ask for more. That's just being greedy, but greed is your forte. You never had a modicum of love for my father. Why should you even receive anything from him?
But what was I supposed to? I mean,
Why did I even marry that old geezer? I waited patiently for him to pass so that I could enjoy the rest of my life. Well, it was only a year, but you had fun while it lasted, right? You were able to buy anything you wanted. You ate at the best restaurants. What more can you ask for? I suggest you live with that memory. The memory? Are you kidding me? I don't want memories. I want money. Memories are for chumps. Pay me if you want to get rid of me. I have that right, don't I? My father has passed away. That makes us complete strangers. No, wait. We've always been strangers, come to think of it. You were never our stepmom. But your dad loved me and cared about me, all right? Doesn't that count for anything? So, on behalf of your father's feelings, you should pay me. That makes no difference now that he's gone. To me, you're like some kind of pest. Well, the pest has been neutralized. That's an invaluable outcome of this whole story. After that conversation, I blocked her from my Line app. I have to confess that I didn't want to hear her voice again. But she didn't give up that easily. It turns out because a few days later, she came barging into our home demanding that we share the inheritance. But with the help of my brothers and the threat of calling the police, we were finally able to chase her off. We warned her that we wouldn't hesitate to call the police if this persisted, and that little warning seems to have taken care of the problem. I later heard from a friend who knows her that she's in deep in debt. Apparently, after the high life she enjoyed with my father's money never really subsided, and she continued to live that extravagant lifestyle which eventually left her unable to make ends meet. She tried selling off all the jewelry and brand goods she bought with Dad's money, but it wasn't enough to cover her enormous debt. She married my dad for money, and after he passed, rather than turning her life around, her obsession with money continued undebated. Money seems to be her sole obsession. Maybe it was a fitting demise.